Hey guys, welcome back. Joe here again, scalefreak.com, back from the garage bringing you another video blog. Today is Sunday, November 30th. Can you believe it's almost December? That means that the holidays are coming. That also means that this was the Thanksgiving weekend for you guys in the States. Thanksgiving weekend. So happy Thanksgiving last week. Happy Black Friday for all of you that made it through. And happy tomorrow is Cyber Monday. So considering the fact that a lot of us RC guys do look online for good deals and stuff like that, Cyber Monday could be very advantageous for us. But let's see what happens. I have seen some pretty amazing discounts and deals for RC stuff throughout the holiday, being the Black Friday. It seems that the Black Friday used to be just for the stores, and then Cyber Monday was kind of to clear out all the rest of the stuff online. So the online stores would be able to do some stuff as well. But it seems that online stores have taken a big jump into Black Friday as well, and I'm curious as to see what's going to happen come Cyber Monday, which is tomorrow. So get your credit card ready, because there's going to be probably some pretty good deals on stuff that you may want for RC. And of course, given the fact that RC is typically a hobby for most of us, I make the differentiation, or I make the point of demarcation between a hobby and a sickness, because I mean I do know some people who spend everything on RC. God knows I was like that at one point. But anyway, so you keep an eye online tomorrow, stuff like that. You're probably going to see some pretty badass prices on some things. And I want to say a big shout out to thanks to the companies that have been offering us some amazing things, trying to keep some of our money back in our wallet. But who am I kidding? We just wind up buying more stuff. Anyway, so I kind of give you guys an update for the week, some of the things that have been going on, some of the things that are still going on. So you guys did notice last week I did get a couple videos out. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like making a lot of videos again, and I do have a lot of parts. So, you know, you guys would have seen the installation of the stubby bumper, and you will see soon the installation of the RC4WD, that great big worn winch. That's going to go in soon. And of course, I also have, just because a lot of people have asked in the past, I have the wired connector as well as the wireless connector, so there's that as well. But they're coming. Basically, I'm waiting for the Fairlead that I forgot to order. I already ordered it. It's already on its way. But I do have a question for you guys. What would you rather see on the front of the bumper? I already have one of these rolling, one of the roller Fairleads. It's the Viking, what is this thing? Viking Off-Road. It's a rolling Fairlead. It does fit the front of it. Would you like to see one of those, or would you like to see like the worn Fairlead that you can see on the RC4WD website? They've got that at, well, this is RC4WD as well, but you'll be able to see that on the website as well. I ordered it anyway, but I'm just kind of wondering kind of what you guys would like. I already put a solid Fairlead on the F-bomb, so I'm kind of thinking maybe even a roller, or they're easy enough to switch. It's 2 screws. I could go back and forth as I wanted to. I also, one thing you guys will see this week is this little bad boy here. This is the Land Anchor from RC4WD, the foldable one. So I already did the video for this. You guys are probably a midweek release, I think, is kind of where you're going to get it. And then shortly after that, you'll see the release for these little guys. I'm a big fan of all the little shackles and D-rings and stuff like that. So I do kind of a comparison between the big ones and the little ones and what my uses of them are. So that is coming as well. And then, of course, in a previous video, I did talk about the snatch block and the little thimble, stuff like that. So that's all still stuff to come. And, of course, I can't go a video without mentioning the CowRC stuff. Heath and CowRC has been amazing to me over the years, and I'm really looking forward to this. I mean, look at this stuff. Oh, yeah. There's been a ton of videos out right now. I've seen a lot of people picking this up like crazy, and I'm seeing tons and tons and tons of pictures of people just slathering their kits with this stuff. So good on you. Great product, you know. And then this is a big one right here. Made in the USA. So, yeah. And also, guys, look at this one right here. Satisfaction 100% guaranteed. Let me tell you a bit of a story, kind of how the customer service works with CowRC. And this is kind of a thing that I'm absolutely in love with. So Vince McLaughlin, the other part of Scale Freak, is also a large fan of CowRC. And a while back when Heath had some really crazy, like just some really crazy designs for these giant pit mats, Vince said, gotta have one. And basically what had happened was because I am so close to the border, it's very easy for me just to jump across, pick some stuff up, and bring it into Canada without the excessive shipping fees of shipping something from the States into Canada. So that's a good plan. I mean, that's also why I dropped my iPad. Hold on. That's also why over the years I've been able to bring the CowRC aerosol products, I kind of have them all over my place, into Canada, because I have, believe it or not, I actually went to Environment Canada, Industry Canada, and Health Canada to get all the proper approvals to be able to bring this stuff across the border, no questions asked. Well, questions asked, and then I show them the approvals, and they say, okay, no more questions, have a great day. So that's kind of stuff that I've been bringing in for a long, long time now. I'm absolutely in love with the product, and I've got a few really old videos, silent videos pretty much at that point, where I used it, and you can see the difference in the product. So that's kind of why I'm looking forward to this guy here as well. So go get some. Anyway, yeah, talked about this truck, talked about that truck. Oh, here's a neat one. Remember a while ago I showed you that my high-tech X1 touch charger has changed languages on me? I can't tell you how, I can't tell you why, and I cannot for the life of me navigate this to figure it out. I mean, the bottom buttons down here, cell, that stuff's all still in English, but if I hit settings, I don't know what any of this means. I can't switch it back. So I emailed high-tech about it, and I said, guys, how do I fix this? And they said, no, there's no way it will do that. It's not, nope, it didn't do it. So I sent them that one video that I made where it did do it, and I pointed to the point where I said, watch the video, dude. It's in a different language. I don't know what to do. And I haven't heard back from them. So I've sent them a couple emails, waiting for a response. High-tech, if you're seeing this, please, I need to use my charger. We saw in the last video what happened when I used Steve's charger, and now I'm down 3 batteries. Yeah, 3 batteries ended up going, 4 batteries ended up getting taken out in that LiPo fire, but no casualties, and the charger was fine. That's awesome. So I need to get that fixed as well. Oh, also, I'm scatterbrained right now. Remember, we talked about this guy here. It's going to see a bit of a comparison to this as well. So here is my tried and true Pull Pal Landacre. I do want to give these guys props as well. This little mechanism right here has been completely badass for me for a couple years. So these guys get their props as well. I have so much crap all over my desk right now. Like, I still have Mad Beasts over here. I still have 1.9 growlers over here. I still haven't installed anything. Of course, I still have my favorite, the Deuce's Wild Foams. That stuff is all still laying around. I even have posters I haven't hung up yet. This place is a mess, and I keep trying. Look, I even have friggin' empty boxes laying around that I really don't know what to do with. I'm doing my best to get this place clean. You can see in the back, as my son is not using baby stuff, because you know what they say, right? It takes a village to raise a child. And basically what you see in the back there is a village worth of baby toys that keep getting lent and we borrow, and he wears out of them, or he grows out of them, and now they're in the back because they've been here. Some of that stuff has been here for 9 months now, and no one wants to pick them up, apparently, because I have a big garage. I'm a great storage spot, so I can't get rid of any of this stuff. So I'd like to see some of that go so I can fix my garage door and park my car in here. It is Canada. We do get winter. So speaking of the winter, let's talk forward to the summer. This is a bit of a pain in my ass. I shouldn't say that. This is a bit of a not an announcement I ever wanted to make, and that was I'm not going to be able to make Axialfest 2015. Believe me, I was pumped. Gander was pumped. Antler was pumped. We were all pumped to be able to make the trip to come down there to see everybody. I know for the past, I'm going to call it 1.5 years, I've been promising to make this event, but what ended up happening was originally the event was scheduled to be, what Parker had told me was around Father's Day, which is mid-June, which is fine because in car sales, which if you guys have seen my videos before, that's what I do for a living, June is not a busy month. June is a month that I would more than be able to take 10 days off and not be too much of an impact to my ability to live. But now the event got moved, and for whatever reason, I mean, I bet you it's even going to be even a better event being in July. But now it got moved to like mid-July, which July is a good month to make up for the fact that June was so crappy. So it's not something I wanted to have to do, but I have to cancel my attendance to go to the event because just the movement in time. That is it. That's the only reason why. I've had all the money set aside to do it. I'm now going to be responsible and spend that on my house in some way. But I had the money set aside to go. It just, I already looked at the idea of driving, the idea of flying, but now I really just can't take the time off in July. It's not something that's possible in the industry that I work in. So instead, a couple of us had talked about the idea of making some trips to some drivable stuff. I know that the G6 comes up this way. Last year or 2 years ago, I really wanted to go to St. Louis. Never been there. Heard there was a G6 there. Wanted to make the trip. Also thinking about the idea of checking out a scale event, like an actual Sorka event. Might want to try that. Even though I don't believe any of my rigs will pass Sorka rules. Whatever. I'm sure they're not going to kick me out. So I wanted to try that as well. So we'll see. You never know. Maybe I might finally build that trail finder that I've always wanted by then. We'll see. I love that truck. Some people have asked me, why do you love the trail finder so much? Listen, I've loved that Toyota Helix since when Back to the Future came out. Because for people who remember, or people who are in the hobby that were still around, or that were around way back then, one of the truck that Marty McFly hurt himself because he tried to race somebody, was in that truck. I don't think it's the same year, but you get it, same style. I probably would make a truck that was very similar to. I'll probably paint it red. I paint everything red, so that's probably what would happen. So it wouldn't exactly be a Marty McFly truck, but I'd probably paint it red. So that's why I really want to get that truck. And one day I will get it. I'm just making the decision whether or not I'm going to actually buy the kit, build it, and replace all the parts, or if I'm just going to build it from piece to piece, order every exact part that I want, and put it all together that way. Because, I know there are a few things, like the drive shafts, that have to be replaced right away. I'm just wondering whether or not it would be more fun to order everything individually, although I bet that would cost a lot more money. So, probably a lot more money. Looking around the bench, I want to make sure I give you guys all the details. Oh, thank you guys. Some of you from the last video had made some comments about apparently the gym has been doing very, very well for me. As an update, Jeremy and I, again, because people have been asking, we did cancel that fit challenge a long time ago. Not because we weren't able to do it, but one, because of injury. Jeremy and I both have niggling injuries from when we were younger that seem to always arise when we push ourselves too hard, and that's exactly what happened to both of us. So you didn't hear much about it, but that's what it was. It was due to injury. But I've still been going to the gym 6 days a week. The only day I skip is Saturday because the gym is only open 7 to 7, and I work from 8 to 6, so I wouldn't be able to go in. And over the past 6 months, that's what I've been doing. So 6 days a week for the last 6 months. The only time I've ever skipped one is if I have some kind of family thing I have to do, or for some reason the gym didn't open that day. There's actually been a couple times that somebody just forgot to go to work. But basically what has happened was I don't think I'll ever hit the 185 target that I wanted to do. Mainly because my body is reacting extremely amazing to lifting lots and lots of heavy steel. So where I have dropped down from 225 to 212, I have made some significant changes in my body. For example, I guess one number off the top of my head was when I started going back to the gym, I measured my biceps out at 13 inches. So 13 inches this way. Now, when I measured yesterday, because on rest day I tend to just get some measurements to track my progress because my weight doesn't really fluctuate anymore, but I just want to track to make sure that I'm not just plateauing. My biceps measured out at 17 and a half. So that's a pretty big jump in 6 months. I went from a 38 waist down to a 34. I could lift lots of things, very heavy things, many times. I'm doing pretty good with it. Cardio's doing really, really well. So I guess kind of one of my things that I really highly recommend that you do is a lot of people message me and say, hey, I've got some plans. I'd love to do that myself too. Yeah, man, go nuts, bro. Go get a gym membership. Or you know what? Don't get a gym membership. Just go for a walk every day. It all starts at the smallest stuff. I watched, I'm going to say about a month ago, I watched a Q&A with the guys from Guardians of the Galaxy, which, by the way, if you haven't watched Guardians of the Galaxy yet, you got to go see that. That's maybe one of the best movies Marvel's ever made. But this guy walked up, or he got up to the microphone, and he said to Chris Pratt, he said, how did you lose all that weight and prepare yourself for the role? Because, there's some overweight guys out there that are using him as a role model to get in shape. And I'm telling you guys, in that movie, Chris Pratt was in some pretty stellar shape. And I never watched Parks and Recreation, but I've seen some footage of it, and he was a pretty tubby guy. And basically, all he said in his little answer was, really, he said, you just got to take a step by step. It starts with day one, take the first step, and then just continue to make that step. And he said, just make tiny, tiny little changes in your life. It doesn't have to be drastic, just tiny little changes in your life. But do that for 6 months. And he goes, 6 months it's not a long time to look ahead. 6 months flashes like this, and you will be a completely different person. If you can just make those changes and stay to those changes, you will be a completely different person in 6 months. And then he said he just did that. But then he also said he spent 3 to 4 hours a day in the gym because he had a deadline. But he said it all started with making little changes to just start. So for me, I've had some very suspect knees for a long time. They told me, I'm going to say about 10 years ago, that I was going to have a double knee replacement within about 5 years. So what I did was I said, screw you guys. I joined Muay Thai, Thai kickboxing, and doing a few hundred squats a day seemed to straighten up my knees, and they said it was amazing. Then fast forward to about a couple years ago, I hurt myself pretty bad doing that with my shoulders. Tore up my bicep and my shoulder pretty bad, and they told me that I really should think about getting out of anything that involved anything physical, because I was doing so much wear and tear on my body that I was falling apart, and that I was going to need a shoulder replacement. And, that was a part of the time where Jamera and Jeremy and I were talking a lot, starting to talk a lot, and Jamera was going through all those struggles with having her joint replacements and stuff like that, and I just said, there's no way that's happening. Jamera has a different reason why she's had to have her joints replaced. She's basically bionic woman. But I said there's no way that I'm going to let that stuff happen to me. So again, I went and saw a few different doctors that kind of gave me some tips and some tricks on how to strengthen the joints that were problems. And I'm telling you, man, I feel absolutely amazing. It's just a matter of taking that step and sticking with it every single day, which is funny enough because I wake up at 5 a.m., between 5 and 5:30 every morning. I'm in the gym by 6 because I live a few blocks away from it. I'm back home by 7:30. I'm at work by 8:15, and then I work the entire day. I don't think I've seen 10:30 p.m. In about 4 months. I don't even know what that time is anymore. I am sleeping. As soon as my baby goes to sleep at night, I start getting the long blinks and a little cross-eyed, but I got to stay awake. I've been completely addicted to Doctor Who. My wife got me into that, so every night we try to watch a Doctor Who episode to get caught up. Peter Capaldi is the best doctor there ever was. I'm just saying that. But I haven't watched the old stuff. Peter Capaldi is so far my favorite doctor. Take the one step, take the first step, and stick with the first step, and do that for 6 months, and then add maybe a couple little steps here and there. But do that for 6 months, and you will be a changed person. 18 minutes. I was really trying to keep these video blogs under 10. See what happens when I want to fill you guys in. I want to give you updates. I want to let you know what's going on. There's so many questions that happen throughout the week, and I want to give you guys the updates. So, you know what? I'm going to end it here. I got to save something for you for the week. This week, you will see the video on this little bad boy here. This is coming with the comparison to this big bad boy here. You will see that. You will see more of this bad boy here. As soon as that fair lead comes in, which should be probably next week, I'll start the filming on that. And for all you CowRC supporters, you will get something from this as I pack the axles up again. And that's it, guys. Thank you again very much for checking this out. Thanks for sticking with me for the 19 minutes. I'm going to see if I can wrap this before 20. Okay, guys, remember, click the subscribe button up above if you have already. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome. I'm up to 8,000, almost 8,200 when I checked today. Please click the like button down below. I know it's just a simple little click for you, but it does wonders for me as to getting this video out to more people. It also shows me that you care. Come on, guys, show me the love. Also, please comment below. Please tell me whether or not you think that the roller fair lead or the standard static fair lead like this one is better. So that's it, guys. 10 seconds left. Thank you guys very much for watching. I really, really appreciate everything you do for me, and have a great night.